We're proud that we have managed to bring the entire continent together today. We have a lot of things to discuss about. Of course, Ukraine and restoring peace on the continent is one of the major issues on our agenda. We need to reconfirm our support for Ukraine as it resists the Russian aggression. We will talk about energy, about security, about interconnectivity. We want to work for the citizens of our countries, and we want to create the conditions for our economy to develop and for people living conditions, standards of life to grow. In my bilateral meetings, I'm going to raise the issue of Moldova's EU accession. As we have said already, our commitment is to make Moldova ready for EU accession by the end of this decade. And I will urge the EU leadership, the EU presidents and prime ministers to support this plan of Moldova. You could see yourselves that we had a big rally a couple of days ago in Chisinau, and we're really very committed, and we want to have the chance to continue and to have the EU accession and the initiation of the negotiations happening as soon as possible.
Thank you very much, Madam President, that you invited us, and I'm happy to be here. It's not simple to come to Moldova, but like I said to you, that is the message from all our Ukrainians, that we really support Moldovan people. So salute Moldova, and we're really happy to go historically together, shoulder to shoulder. Thank you for Moldovan people, first of all, that you really you hosted all our people, all the refugees from the first days of full-scale war. Thank you. We never forget about it. Like Madam President said already, that we spoke about our bilateral relations, about, I think, some infrastructure, very principal priority projects, and we will sign in the closest future. It's and I think what is very important, our future in EU, and Ukraine is ready to be in NATO. We are waiting when NATO will be ready to host and to see and to have Ukraine. And I think security guarantees are very important, not only for Ukraine, for our neighbors, for Moldova, because of the Russia and of their aggression in Ukraine and potential aggression for other part of Europe. So we are happy to be here, and also I will speak with some partners about ERGS, potential ERGS coalition and the coalition of patriots. That is our new initiative. We really need it, and we'll also speak about some strong support on the battlefield and peace formula, which what about Madam President already said. Thank you very much. First of all, Moldova, that you have us.
We have a very clear standpoint that all the disputes have to be resolved in a diplomatic way, because the peace in Kosovo is also a peace for the Western Balkans. I think that the time of conflicts is far behind us. So the implementation of the already agreed agreements between Kosovo and Serbia, as well as the annex to the implementation plan, should be imperative for the politicians from the both countries. We call for de-escalation and for continuation of communication with the help of the European Union and the United States of America between the two countries.
I am very well. It's very important, but I have to regret today a new attack to Kiev with 2 children killed. It's another proof that Russia continues attacking the civilian population in Ukraine. I hope that the presence of so many leaders here very close to Ukraine, at some kilometers of the border, will send a strong message about the unity of many states, not only European Union, but others, on defending international order, on defending the right of the people, defending sovereignty of the countries. it's important that this message reaches Russia. Russia is not here not because we don't want to invite Russia, but because Putin's Russia has excluded of this community by launching this attack, this war, unjustified against Ukraine.
Yes, we've always supported Moldova as a candidate country for European Union membership. The same applies to the countries of the Western Balkans as well. We believe as a country that Europe has acted too slowly when it comes to enlargement in recent years. The enlargement into Central Eastern Europe happened under the Irish presidency a long time ago now. Hasn't been perfect, but it's broadly been a success. And I think that you can make countries wait too long. And if you make countries wait too long, well, then they may turn off the European path. So we're very much in favour of accession of Moldova, of the Western Balkan countries, but it is important that all the criteria are met, all the chapters are closed. We can't water down our standards as a European Union, but we have to say to countries that if they meet those standards, well then they're in and they're welcome.
This summit is part of that, really, to show the solidarity within Europe and to really give a very clear message against the war and the invasion of Russia and Ukraine. This forum has actually developed because of that conflict, and I think it has shown really the strong solidarity of Europe against the invasion and with Ukraine.
We are already sending strong signals by having discussions for Moldova and Ukraine, the EU accession. We should decide by the end of this year whether to start the negotiations or not, and Ukraine has to fulfill all the criteria that there is, and so we can move on with this. I think it is important that all the countries that want to be in certain associations, unions, have the right to decide in which they can, and of course the alliances or unions have to decide whether the conditions have been met. So I hope that everything goes smoothly.
We are 45 countries represented here in Chisinau. It's a powerful symbol. We have a common political will to coordinate, to cooperate in the field of energy, security, infrastructure, and we'll have the occasion today to discuss all those topics and to try to build more political convergence in order to defend some very important common interests.
Es ist gut, dass wir jetzt als zweite Mal als europäische politische Gemeinschaft zusammenkommen, um miteinander zu sprechen über die Dinge, die uns bewegen. Und am meisten bewegt uns alle natürlich der russische Angriffskrieg auf die Ukraine, der die europäische Friedens- und Sicherheitsarchitektur in Frage stellt und natürlich jeden Tag eine furchtbare Bedrohung für die Ukraine und die Menschen, die dort leben, darstellt. Insofern ist es wichtig, dass alle Staaten, die keine revisionistischen Pläne in dieser Art und Weise hegen, zusammenkommen, hier miteinander sprechen, weit über die Mitgliedschaft der Europäischen Union hinaus. Und das ist auch Bekenntnis zu einer europäischen Friedens- und Sicherheitsordnung, die die Unverletzlichkeit der Grenzen anerkennt.
Io credo che il grande messaggio oggi sia soprattutto un messaggio di apertura vera a quelle nazioni che europee sono e europee vogliono essere a 360 gradi. Ucraina, Moldova, Georgia, Balcani occidentali, tutte sfide di, non direi di ingresso nell'Unione Europea, io direi di ricongiungimento, che l'Italia sostiene, e quindi penso che insomma sia molto di più di un valore simbolico quello della riunione di oggi.
It speaks volumes for the European vocation of the Republic of Moldova and of the seriousness of its efforts for reforms necessary for the accession to the European Union. It also shows our focus on the entire eastern neighborhood and the Black Sea region. We must be increasingly aware of the geostrategic challenges to countries such as Ukraine and the Republic of Moldova